The way that this journey of treatment worked for me was I started with the kind of prescribed chemotherapy that was, super aggressive so that we could contain it and get to complete response right away. And we achieved that for a while. For the first 5 or 6 months that I was on that first treatment, it worked. But then the minute I concluded that treatment and I moved to what would have been the predictable kind of next step of the maintenance treatment, if you will, the cancer immediately came back. And so now began what would last almost a full year. There were 7 different types of chemotherapy regimens that I went through, none of which were working or containing the illness. So it was getting worse. And so that's when, towards the end of 2020, I had to step away from what I was doing, because I was not only was the disease advancing so fast, it was also the amount of physical pain that I was in that I could no longer, it was not fair to the responsibilities that I had as an executive of an organization, as well as to myself. And so that's when I went on the treatment that I've been on since that time, which is the Enhertu treatment. It is the only treatment that has been able to contain this and to give me complete response, and to also allow me to have my life back, and to be able to have a quality of life that I didn't have before, and to be able to I've started my own organization, and I was at a point at the beginning of December of 2020 that if we had not found this regimen, this treatment, and if it had not worked, then that was it for me. And so that is another element of what I've been through that is even more surreal. On top of the diagnosis was the fact that it took such a sharp turn for the worse, and it stayed getting worse. It had progressed beyond the initial, liver and rib. It had progressed to the skin. And so the pain, once that happens, that a patient goes through is almost intolerable. And but then along came this treatment, and that really gave me my life back.